Need to sharpen up this knife anyway. Mostly just touch up a few nicks that are in it, make them smaller, but I'm gonna show you guys the way that I sharpen my knives. What I have here are an Ultrasharp diamond plate. It is 3 inches wide, 8 inches long. Nope, 3 by 10. It's got a 400 grit and a 1000 or 1200 grit side, and then a 2 by 12 hard Arkansas stone. I use water with a little bit of dish soap for lubricating the diamond stone and mineral oil for the Arkansas stone. It's already sharp, I just want to touch it up. Like, it still pops hair, no problem at all. But I want to get rid of some notches, and I'll show you some nicks in the blade, and I want to show you guys how I sharpen it. And it's all freehand. So I'm gonna start by just kill the blade, or kill the edge. Just that way you know I'm starting with dull blade. Doesn't catch a nail, doesn't take hair, no nothing. All right, so lubricate it. I'm on my coarse-sided stone, lubricated with just water with a little bit, just a little splash of dish soap. So here's the bevel already. It's already shiny, polished from being used and sharpened already. So to get to, after I find my angle, which I've got angle blocks that I forgot to grab them because I never really use them. I just roughly 20 degrees is what I go, 20 and 22. I'll put my thumb on the spine, same with on this side. It's like this hand is controlling the angle. This hand and the thumbs are controlling the pressure behind it. There's lots of different ways you can go about it for how you do your passes on the stone. Bigger stones, you can just do the whole blade in one swipe. If you have a lot to do, you can do back and forth. Just work your way down the blade if you got a big blade and a small stone. Or if you have a lot to do in a small stone, circle. Not a problem there either. In the end, it really makes no difference. But if you'll show it, hard to really see. Scratch pattern. What I'm watching for in the end is to get a nice even scratch pattern along the blade. Using the coarse stone first, combination of removes a lot of material, so you can get your an edge there faster. Plus it gives you a more coarse scratch pattern than what was already there, so you can see exactly where your stone is cutting. Right now it looks like I'm cutting all the way across where I want it, and I can feel a burr all the way across on the opposite side already. So since I've already got the burr on the one side, I can, for the other side, I could either do the opposite and bring it towards me like this, or anymore, I like to switch to my other hand and just mirror. Thumbs are there. I don't worry about even strokes or anything of the sort, like matching numbers. Does it potentially make a difference? Yes, in some very particular scenarios. I'm just cutting random things, using them to skin, open up critters. It doesn't matter. And this is one of the things where the more you practice it, the better your hands will get at holding a steady angle and returning to the same starting point. Just because some of the stones I holders are lower, here's actually how I hold the blade. That way I can get the handle lower to the countertop. My knuckles aren't getting in the way. This block works wonderful for holding it high enough to actually clear. All right, and here's a scratch pattern on that side, if it'll focus. I don't think it's actually gonna show the scratch pattern. Oh, not showing up on camera, but I can feel the burr on the other side. So a way to reduce the burr before you continue, a few gentle back passes. Moves the burr back. All right, there we go. There's a burr all along. The little nicks in the blade aren't a lot better, but a couple of the little ones are gone. The big one's still there, but I'm not overly concerned. I'll flip the stone. This should be the 1200 grit side. Give it that same little splash of water. Go do the same strokes. Find the same angle, and a good way to find your or hold your angle as a reference is thumb against the stone. Press the spine of the blade up against your thumb. You just keep it there. That's your consistent starting point. You should feel your thumb graze across. And once you have your bevel set and an edge established, it does not take very many passes on the fine stone. All you're doing is just refining that scratch pattern to a smaller one. Think of the scratch pattern as teeth on a saw. Big teeth take big chunks and cut fast, but take a lot of pressure. Small teeth cut cleaner, take less pressure, but smaller chunks at a time. Now, a more damaged blade will take more time and more passes to get you a good edge established. And this knife doesn't show it well because it's been sharpened not that long ago. But if you have a knife with, I'm going to call it just a well-used and abused edge, the bevel might take a while to get it set all the way across. You'll see it, like, essentially, if it's damaged and a little bit wonky and unevenly worn, you might see it start cutting the bevel here, skip an area, cut in along the curve, and then might skip a spot, sharpen the tip. You just keep going until you get that bevel and burr across the entire edge. I can feel that burr. Looks like it is decent. Sorry, it's going in and out of focus. It's not too bad. Looks like I got the new scratch pattern all the way to the edge. I'm not concerned past that. I moved to a different room, so the light's not the best for easily seeing what's going on the bevel. But I can get rid of that stone because I have an edge established now. That's nice and clean. So then I've found I like using the Arkansas stone to finish up. Seems to get that little final polish really nice. But you don't want to use an Arkansas stone until the very end. You want to already have your bevel established and refined with a finer stone. Any of them will work. I've used diamond, I've got Arkansas, India oil stones, I've got water stones. This is just the quickest I've found, or what I found for speed, efficiency, a nice cutting edge. And the reason for the leather underneath of the stone is just to give it something to grip onto. If I just set it straight on the countertop, it'd be sliding across worse than it already is. And it's too long for my bases. And with being 12 inches long, this stone does not take a whole lot of passes to do the job. And I am not concerned about fully removing the bevel with the stones. That's what my strop is for. But these finer stones will help to reduce the bevel so it takes less time and effort on the strop to remove that bevel, or that burr, sorry. That should about get it. Feel that burr is a little heavy on the bottom. Level looks decent. Decent enough. Let's drop it and see what I got. It has been, well, there's some flour on it now, but I just used the suede side of the leather on this drop. It has been treated with green rouge. This leather really is just a carrier for the rouge. The rouge is what's actually cutting the steel and removing the burr. The more you use your strop, the darker it'll get, because that darkness is just steel that it's removing from your blade. And on the strop, you always want to go backwards. You want a fairly light touch. Too much pressure and you push it into the leather, causing it to dip in, and it'll put a curve on your edge. A little one's not a big deal. I've never noticed a difference from a very slight convex edge. Let's see where that gets me. I don't feel a burr. Go the other way, I don't feel a burr. Let's see, where's a good hairy patch? Good as I got. Oh yeah. Back to a nice sharp edge. Now, just because I can, see how it does on a paper towel. Probably not great, but oh, better than I thought. Yeah. Not great, but good enough. There we go. And that's how I sharpen a blade.